Today I'm not feeling super tired because I fell asleep a little bit early yesterday. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. Because usually I'd be tired. Usually when I get back from my days off, of course, but quotation marks day off, anyways, quotation marks. But not really day off, so. Tinfoiled hat. Probably Tencent hacked them to make their stocks 10 cents so they can buy more stocks. It could be. But honestly, I have to show you guys this. Honestly, I couldn't believe what I was hearing in the first 1 minute of this video, like roughly about like a minute or 2 minutes or so. It's funny. Like I said, it's dude. This shit is funny though.
If I hear one mention of fuck, I'm gonna pull out my 9, and then I'm gonna get potentially banned from Twitch. So don't do that. Don't make that happen to me.
Let me straight up be honest with all of you guys. I didn't think this situation was going to, number
what a way
one,
to start for 2026,
as much as it's escalating right now, and number 2, get as bad. The last time I talked about these guys was 3 days ago. It was the last video of 2025. This wasn't a Christmas miracle. This was a New Year's miracle. This is a level of humiliation that I wish upon no one, not even my biggest haters or enemies or ops or whatever you want to call them. I
laughed my ass off when I heard about this.
Idubbbz and Anissa was bad. It is truly nothing compared to what I'm about to show you.
Idubbbz' wife tells us why she doesn't want to have kids with him. This clip was fucking hilarious when I heard it. I was just like, man, dude, I feel sorry for Idubbbz, but then at the same time, I don't.
Before we get into it, if you could drop a like and subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot.
I find it fascinating because, like, if I look at you, even in like the viewfinder, extremely masculine chin, which is also why I like the buzz cut, because it like emphasizes your chin, and your like heavy brow. Like, I would argue you have one of the most. Part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl, that she's gonna have all your masculine features.
Isn't that interesting? I think about that a lot.
Yeah, I have never met somebody who has such an eagle face. Like, you have a very strong brow, which is very attractive on men. To be honest, there's a lot of attractive women that have that as well, like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
But combined with me, I think the combination would be bad for a woman.
No, I think you're tripping.
I don't know.
So, I mean,
dude, honestly, I could not take it serious. I was like, there's no way, right? She's joking, right? There's no way, dude. What? Literally 2 minutes in the video, I was like, I have to save it for you guys because I thought this was fucking hilarious. Their daughter will have a giga chance. Oh man, dude, I've never heard of anybody who they've gotten married and say, I don't want to have kids with you because they're gonna have your features, your quote unquote manly features.
To put it in simpler terms, you're ugly as fuck. I don't want your kid. That's pretty much what Anissa Jom has said. Your head is way too fucking big. No one likes you. No one cares about you. That's pretty much what Anissa just said. And even Idubbbz is like, nah, you tripping.
For a woman.
Nah, I think you're tripping.
I think they shouldn't have kids for multiple, pretty obvious different reasons. But this is just next level disrespectful. Like, I get it. We fuck around here a lot. We tell a lot of jokes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But this is like next level disrespectful. This is something that shouldn't you think about this before you get married? I don't think our combinations will make good kids. Okay, so let's not get married and let's break up, right? Let's save each other time. Let's not waste each other's time.
That's
There's
true.
billions of people out here. You know, someone will be right for you. No need to settle for someone super shitty like Anissa here. I don't want to paint Idubbbz as a victim because he.
To be honest, like, I think Idubbbz has it worse because he's been brainwashed to think this way by his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend literally said live on stream, embarrassed him that he used to shit his pants a lot. whatever other stuff. So I don't know, dude. I feel like Idubbbz just getting mocked on the internet is just, it's just sad, because what he used to be in the past or so, and then I guess, you know, like the term that you guys always said every single time, right? Well, what is the term again? Like you guys said, like, you know, like that, you know, what is it, something pussy or so changes a man or something like that. I have no idea. Whatever the term is specifically, but like, it's just wild to see what he used to be in the past. You know, a very like comedic guy, but still give out like actual valid criticism and everything. But then now he's this, you know, he's this. He turned to this, dude. Like, I've never watched a lot of like Idubbbz stuff. I was more of a Filthy Frank personally. I was not really an Idubbbz person. I wasn't really a huge fan of him anyways. I was more for Filthy Frank anyways, but besides the fact, anyways, it's just so crazy to see what he has become and what he has, you know, what he is, you know, to this day. It's just wild. Coochie whipped. Is that what you guys say? I know you guys have a specific term. It's like when a guy hasn't gotten pussy or so, but then now he got that one pussy or so. I'm more of a Leafy fan. I used to watch Leafy, you know, fun story or so. I used to be a Leafy fan actually, because I enjoyed his funny interactions. When he like, you know, roasts people on the internet. So she doesn't even belong to the street. She belongs to Arkhams.
He's a 40-year-old man who you would assume should know better. I think Anissa definitely isolated him. I mean, she legitimately took him all the way to Canada to get him away from all of his friends. Made
That's
sure
crazy.
Idubbbz couldn't go to his friend's wedding because Anissa needed a tattoo appointment.
Are you
and
serious?
A tattoo appointment was so much more important than one of your best friend's wedding. I do think it's quite
Nah,
sad to be
dude.
publicly humiliated
Nah.
like this. And this isn't even the first time Anissa puts him on the spot like this.
I just want to ask him if
Here it
you've
is.
always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
This is why I keep saying that they should really rise the prices on podcast equipment, because not everyone should have a
True.
podcast. I think a
Facts.
microphone nowadays should at least be $100,000. And I also want to
You
highlight.
know the funny thing? You want to know something? So, a little bit of sidetrack here, right? One of my friends told me that like you should do a podcast because I enjoy listening to you, and I'm like, I think you would be a good podcast. Like you would interact with other people very well. And I'm like, no, I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? You're crazy. I'm not gonna do that. But then for some reason, he's like, Sage is like, no, you totally should. You totally should. And I feel like you'd be pretty good at it. I'd be like, yeah, right.
How she says this is just a part of the reason why I don't want kids with you. So I wonder what the other parts
I don't do
are.
it because
I
it's just,
don't
eh.
think I've ever seen a man being humiliated this badly. Imagine saying this to your husband that you don't want to have children with him because you're scared that if you have a daughter, you might make her ugly. Yeah. I mean, at that point, why even marry Idubbbz? What's the point of that if you
That's
think your
crazy.
boy or girl could be fucking hideous? Which, let's just get this out of the way. I think out of the two, I think Idubbbz is the better looking person, and yes, full homo. And it's like, I don't like to make fun of other people's looks. I think that's pretty immature,
Yeah,
but at
yeah.
the same time, it's not like Anissa is the hottest girl ever. Like, she's
True. Facts. Sensitive society, you are correct. Void podcast when and listen to your Sage. I'm not doing it or so. I would only do a podcast or so if it was with Sage or something like that, but then we would have guests or something, you know.
not. Like, I don't know why Anissa's
She
acting
wants-
like
she
she's
wants
a
a
10 out
femboy
of 10
son?
and all the girls and guys
Yeah,
want her,
I can
which
see
is
that.
far from the case. This person on
Well,
Twitter,
at that point, if you want a femboy son or so, or not really a femboy son, but like, you know, you want a more feminine daughter, so why not just marry a dude that's more feminine, you know?
says he's going to kill her one day and then wear a wig and her hairstyle when he transitions in prison. Yeah, I mean, this is a clip that went super fucking viral. This one outside of the commentary channels. This legitimately got millions of views on Twitter.
That's
I have a question to
crazy.
you guys, and make sure you leave it in the comments below. What would you do if your girlfriend or boyfriend said, yeah, I don't want to have kids with you because you're like super chopped, and I think our kids will be so fucking ugly? When this
What would I say? what would I say? What would I say if my significant other would say that? Well, fuck you, bitch. How dare you say that to me? Because you want to know something? I'm the most beautiful bitch around here. No, honestly, if my significant other told me that, like specifically, be like they won't have kids with me because like I'm like I either let's say for example my bad skin condition, right? They say, oh, I don't want to have kids with you because you know you have like bad skin condition or maybe let's just put in like the ugly thing or something like that, right? It's like, oh, because I don't think you're very beautiful or so or very cute or anything like that. I'd be like, number one, I would stare at them, right? I would stare at them back. And then number two, I'd probably pull out the Hispanic talk and then pull out my chancla or so and then fucking kick them out of my car, to be honest, for saying that to me. I'll be honest with you. I'd be like, hell no, I don't even want to do nothing with you. We'd probably break up literally at that very moment. I probably would kick them out, to be honest, in general. So I'd be talking in Spanish. You guys have no idea. I would pull out my Spanish so hard on them. You have no idea. When I get pretty pissed off or so, when I get like seriously, like actual seriousness pissed off or so, because they don't like, I'd say like, look, I'm trying to say something or something, but they're like not letting me talk or anything like that, right? They're talking over me. I will whip out the Spanish or so and literally just kind of like, you're gonna need to shut up, sit down, and let me speak, you know?
Idubbbz going to fucking grow a pair of balls and kick this bitch out. You would assume at some point the disrespect would be quite enough. Idubbbz' new video next year, why my wife is making kids with other men, and I think that's pretty good. I think that's okay. My wife has 3 boyfriends and she's trying to have kids with them, and that's okay.
Crazy.
And if you disagree with me, you're a racist, alt-right, Ben Shapiro, dick sucking right-winger. That's how these people operate. Truth be told, guys, there was this guy laying in our bed and Anissa tripped, fell, landed on his dick, and next thing you know, a kid popped out. Accidents happen, and I'm okay with this, guys. I support this. I won this. I am a cuck. Well, not me as a... Or maybe after watching too many Idubbbz videos, maybe I am slowly turning into... All right, I'm tripping now. Now, very briefly, I want to touch on this because it is a follow-up to the last video that I made on the Jamhas. They were pretty much saying that the hate that Iran gets is by U.S. propaganda.
You're using this as an example. It's kind of like the Iran thing as well. A lot of these fucking losers coming here saying like, essentially missing the whole point of criticizing the guy from Iran. Like, they're missing that the point is not about, it really isn't about Iran at the end of the day. Okay, it's about being a big suck fuck for America. Like,
the guy, I saw the clip itself. Literally, the guy was not saying that like America is like the best country in the world. He's just saying that like it's a lot of like culture shock. That like, whoa, you have people like singing and dancing out in public or so. You can get arrested for that in like in Iran or so, you know. And then like he was also like surprised to be like petting a cat and everything, you know, because like apparently over there, at least like my knowledge or so, that what the commentator told me, that some of the cats have rabies over there, and that's why they usually don't let people touch them or anything like that, you know. They kind of like apparently all this. I'm not, like I said, don't know, but I took it, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, because at the end of the day, I don't really believe these people because they're so privileged and they're just talking shit or so towards this one dude or so, how he's like experiencing this, like, you know, having this culture shock specifically of having like, whoa, this is crazy, I never knew this was a thing or so, or you know, and all this other, like that's a thing from like from third world country to first world country. There's always going to be like that culture shock always, you know.
Not be a big suck fuck for America because you're from Iran. Like, also, that is how it goes usually. Like, it's same reason I'm in Canada, right? Like, I'm way more likely to be sympathetic or politically aligned with the average Canadian, which is why I ended up moving here. And I think you'd see the same thing if you have people leaving Iran to come to the U.S. They're going to relate way more and fuck with way more the way the U.S. is doing things. So it's not surprising that he's a suck for the U.S., but it's absolutely eye-rolly. And he can absolutely be perpetuating, like, just the most stereotypical U.S. propaganda.
I don't really want to regurgitate what I said on my last video,
Right.
but I'll say this. The reason why the guy was so shocked and surprised is because, well, he comes from Iran. It's
Yeah.
a complete 180,
Yeah.
360, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you guys want to call it, to what his normal. You've been privileged for 40 years, so
Yeah.
this is the standard. And sure, one could sit here and argue this isn't that, that, and that. Okay, but that's the point. We're talking from the perspective of someone that's from Iran experiencing America for the
Even then too. Also, my older brother, who's like half related to me, like my three older brothers, right? They also got culture shock too as well, because where they used to live, right, they would get paid daily. So when you finish your shift of your job or so, they get paid on the same day they do that work, and that's how it works over there. And the roads are more, they're more like, I guess, like, kind of like a little bit unorganized, like a little bit, like it's not like, there's some okay parts of where they used to live, but then there were some like pretty like dirt roads. Usually you would go a lot of downhill and uphill in certain areas, especially where they live. Houses weren't really like super great or anything like that. So, and that's kind of, you know, I'll be 3 years away from hag, or the male equivalent. You mean uncle? Is that what you mean, uncle? But yeah, no, they completely got culture shock when like you get paid bi-weekly, not every day, and the jobs were completely like, because like specifically like my at least one well, technically two, actually, yeah, two older brothers. One used to be a he used to be a what's it called, those people who guard money or so, where they get the money or so in those like trucks. They go from like different store to store, and then they pull the money out of the safe and everything, and then they transport it to wherever the fuck they go to. He used to do that, but then he left or so because it was getting too dangerous, and he became a I guess like an autopisto, or like a microbus driver, basically. So I don't know how to say it in Spanish though. So, but that's what he did now. So he sometimes we get the tiny little bus or so, and he just drives around everywhere. Honestly, I don't know how it works, because the roads are so, they're not really that great. I'm gonna be honest with you. Compared to here to there, I'd rather drive over here than I would like to drive over there. Over there is fucking scary to drive. I do not like driving over there. I drove once over there. I never want to do it ever again.
First fucking time. People like
That shit is
Idubbbz
scary.
and many people are numb to it, because once again, they were born here. This is the standard. This is the normal. So they really don't appreciate it as much as the people who are coming, well, from other countries.
True.
Just because you're fucking dried up and miserable doesn't mean that everyone else needs to be fucking dried up and miserable like you.
Mhm.
I don't understand why they were being so mean to the guy for experiencing something new where he wasn't that oppressed. And if people think that people in America are as oppressed as they are in fucking North Korea, Iraq, Iran, or places like that, you are a fucking moron. Once again,
True.
I'll say something that I said on my last video, so people don't call me an Ameriboo like they did to the guy. I don't think America is perfect. I think there's a lot of issues. I think a lot of issues need to be fixed.
No
I think
country
there's
is
a lot
perfect.
wrong with this country, administration,
There is no
whatever you
country
want to
that's
say.
perfect.
But just because I or one thinks like this doesn't mean that America is as bad as,
Yeah, of course.
once again,
Yeah.
Iraq, Iran, others alike. I'm not here to say America #1. What the fuck is a kilometer? Miles all the way, pounds all the way. Things are
That's all for
better
jokes,
here
though.
in America than Iran.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't think that's a crazy controversial thing
No.
to say. I think anyone with a decent head on their shoulders would agree with me
Yeah,
on
of
that.
course it is.
And that's not even hating Iran. Like, it's just the truth. Objectively, it is a better place to live at. Oh, is that sensitive society pushing pro-America propaganda? Like, if anyone actually thinks that, go off the Empire State Building if you think like
Facts.
that.
This is what happens when all
Honestly, he's not wrong there at the end of the day. Like seriously. But yeah, overall, the first 2 minutes of this clip, I ain't gonna lie though, this was just hilarious. This was just funnier. So I don't want to have babies with you because I don't want my baby girl to look ugly. I just had to show that to you guys because I thought it was really funny. I thought personally, I thought this specific clip was just hilarious in general. So honestly, it was great. It was great. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Honestly, if I had somebody who told me that specifically, I'd be honest with you. They're instantly cut out of my life, you know? Because if I fall in love with somebody in a relationship specifically, I want to spend my rest of the life with them and make babies with them, you know, and have a family, and then, you know, not having to worry about it. So, but oh well, it is what it is at the end of the day. What is this? What are you showing me here? Oh, okay, I'll take a look at that in a moment. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. And honestly, I don't feel sorry for him because he decided to marry her. So, not my problem.